It's time for another Ask YugaTech. You know what to do. Just leave a comment on the post on Facebook. We'll be answering them on the next Ask YugaTech post of the month. That's why we do this, so we can entertain you, ask you questions, give you some information. Hey.
So with that, let's just jump into it. First question is from Mary Bautista. What's up, Mary Bautista? We watch your videos. I hope you clearly watch ours also. It's like, what's up? Hit me up if you want to collab or whatever. Mary Bautista asks, what can you guys say about the word pro on product names that is being massively overused? Kinda ruining the real meaning of professional, that when an actual professional product comes out, i.e. the Mac Pro, people make fun of it. So first of all, I don't think people are making fun of the Mac Pro because the Pro name is being overused. I think it's just because the Mac Pro looks funny.
Yeah.
And because the display has that like really expensive stand. I don't think it's being made fun of directly because of the overuse of the word pro, but yeah, I agree. The word pro is honestly being overused in product names. It doesn't ruin the meaning of professional. It's just misplaced.
Yeah, it's like I reviewed this phone a couple months back, Y6 Pro.
Yeah.
And like the only thing that made that phone pro was it had a pro mode in the camera, and that was it. That's why it merited the pro tag.
I don't know, when I think about pro, it's more like a business product,
yeah.
or
for creators, like
something
professional
for,
creators.
like for higher end creators.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, there's only a limited number of products that actually deserve the pro name. Like with the iPad, you have the iPad mini, the iPad Air, the normal iPad, then you have the iPad Pro, which of course you can use the Apple Pencil and has a better display. So to me, that's proper use of the Pro. Like you said earlier, improper use of the Pro is in products like, you know, the Y6 Pro 2019, like the Realme 3 Pro, the OnePlus 7 Pro. These things aren't really even pro.
Like, what makes a phone pro? Like, everybody has a phone. There aren't certain phones that are just targeted at professionals. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, not at all. It's just a case of weird vocabulary on the part of the brands, the manufacturers. So if you think about it, pro could easily be interchanged for plus.
Right.
Or could just have the standard one and then the lower one would be light. I think we can agree that nowadays it's overused as fudge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why does a phone even need a pro badge? That's
Yeah.
just my thing. I don't get it.
Alright, I'm not sure if we answered your question, Mary, but if you want to talk about it some more, just message us.
Yeah.
Our next question is from John Ray Felen Jadrake Pacanya. Any sentiments on the 90Hz refresh rate? Does it really even matter in gaming? I guess OnePlus is giving this a lot of fuss lately, but do you think other manufacturers will follow suit? Say Apple, Huawei, Samsung?
Okay. First of all, gaming, I think it does. I think it does make a difference.
This is in the context of mobile gaming.
Yeah. Shouldn't it make a difference? Like if you're playing PUBG.
Oh yeah. In a competitive standpoint for any type of gaming, even if it's mobile, from a competitive gaming standpoint where like milliseconds and frames matter, it definitely gives you an advantage if you have a higher refresh rate. Like if you're playing PUBG, like you said, or even Mobile Legends. In a MOBA, if you can see if you're like that good and you can see the first frame of your enemy's animation, you can react accordingly.
Yeah. Okay.
So as to the second part of the question, do you think other manufacturers will follow suit? The ones mentioned here, Apple, Huawei, Samsung, I think for these guys, especially Samsung and Apple, the priority is more on the quality of the display. So like you get the OLED,
the Super AMOLED.
the Super AMOLED,
the dynamic Super AMOLED.
the dynamic Super AMOLED that you so love on your phone.
It's just so
You know, the super dynamic AMOLED Retina. And of course, the resolution. But, you know, there's other manufacturers, like you have Asus and even to a certain extent Razer. The ROG Phone 2 is coming out next month and that will have a 120Hz display. Granted, it is a gaming specific smartphone. But for display, if it's not the standard features you'd expect, like the display type, the resolution, the aspect ratio, something like refresh rate right now, it's more of a boutique feature.
Yeah, agreed. Our next question comes from Niall Garces Chavez. I'm a fresh grad looking to buy my first phone. I already have a job. My main options are the Realme 3 Pro, K20 Pro or regular, Poco Phone F1, or the Redmi Note 7. But if you have a better suggestion, I'd appreciate it. Salary is between 90 to 22K a month.
I mean, why are you even asking us? You listed down the perfect list. Because this is like the perfect list for, like, these are good options. So you have the Realme 3 Pro, the K20 Pro or regular, Pocophone F1, Redmi Note 7. I think the only things you're missing are, I would still recommend the standard Realme 3. You could have the Xiaomi Mi 9, the Mi 9 SE.
What would you get from his choices? How about that? That's how we answer this.
Personally,
Yeah.
let's say I have two options. So mga 15K and 20K pataas. 15K, first option, I would go for the Pocophone F1. If I'm not a fan of Xiaomi phones, I would go for the Realme 3 Pro. 20K pataas, go for the K20 Pro or the Xiaomi Mi 9. That's for me.
So I'm going for Xiaomi, choosing between the K20 Pro and the Mi 9. Either way, I'm pretty sure if I get either of each devices, I'm gonna be slapping some Gcam port
for sure.
in it. That's what my priority would be, like the camera. So there.
Next question from Sugam CJ. What month is the best to buy a new cell phone or laptop? The important question you would have to ask yourself is, like, what brand you're looking to buy? Because brands are pretty consistent when they release the new versions of their phones. So with Samsung, for example, you can always expect a new Galaxy S series in around Feb to March, and you'll expect the Galaxy Note series in like August, September. So there. For the S10, it might be a better idea to buy it like in December kasi by then baka bumaba na yung price.
I think December is like kind of like the best month if you think.
I think
Sky Mall catalog, all the devices.
Probably December. For laptops,
at the end of the day, laptops are really, like, compared to the States, are so overpriced here.
Yeah.
My, like, legit advice, it might sound kind of dumb, but, like, if you have, like, a relative abroad, just have them buy it. Tell them you'll pay them.
In which case, if you do have access to a relative living in the US in particular, November, man. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, also December, of course.
Yeah. Our next question comes from Isurero Jez Dinom. Why does MicroUSB charging port even exist in phones, Bluetooth speakers and headphones or headsets, and power banks?
So when we were deciding on the questions earlier, we weren't sure if we were going to include this one, but it made me think of this article I read from Android Authority 2 years ago. We'll have it linked in the description below if you want to read it. The writer talks about, what if we're the only ones who actually notice that micro-USB is some obsolete thing and Type-C is the next step? The non-tech people, I don't think they even notice. They don't even care. Related to that, if I was somebody who owned a phone, used micro-USB, my charger uses micro-USB, my power bank uses micro-USB, why would I wanna throw away money on new products that use Type-C if I don't have to? Basically, that's why we haven't made the full switch to Type-C. People don't want to make the change. People don't care.
In a way, you can just think of it like we are getting eased into.
Yeah.
So our last question comes from William Fan. How about case reviews for various smartphone brands? Or start with flagships instead? Oh, look at that case. There needs to be a demand for the product. So if like a bunch of you guys wanted to see more case reviews for certain phones or just case reviews in general, and we see that you guys want that, then we'll be pushing out those videos for you guys.
Yeah, because if enough of you guys are interested in seeing smartphone case reviews, whether it's flagship cases or mid-range cases or even entry-level cases, then we would happily do it.
Yeah.
That wraps up this episode of Ask YugaTech. If your question was not featured in this episode, don't fret. You can leave your question in the comments down below or wait for our Ask YugaTech post on social media where you can ask us anything under the sun as long as it's somehow related to tech.
So that's it for this episode of Ask YugaTech. If you enjoyed it, be sure to smack that like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that bell icon so you get notified for our future uploads. Be sure to visit YugaTech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Again, this has been Miguel.
And Joey.
And we will see you guys in the next
one.